You no, you didn't say.
I did.
You said it in your head. You did not say
I
it.
swear I did. It may not have been loud enough. Why am I in cartoon format?
What do you mean you're in cartoon format?
I felt like I look like a cartoon.
Because of the angle. It's more of the angle, and we kind of zoomed in a little bit more than normal.
I mean, but if I could have the honor,
You went strong with the arm.
someone's calling me to go back to the streets too.
That's my line.
What? I'm sorry. They calling me. Come back to the streets. Sean P, aka Sean P.
6. Make it 6:30. What time?
We gonna have to start this shit all the way over. But what up, beautiful people?
4. That'll work.
I am your host, Young Fresh. As you can see, I'm in the building with my
Yep.
nigga Town Deaf on the ones and twos.
Yep.
Representing this comic book shit. Got his
Yep.
Marvel shirt on. Incredible Hawking.
Always working. Always in motion. Hey fam, I forgot that Hulk at one point in time used to have the little shaggy hair.
Y'all when he was Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, but still, he was like this in the comics too.
Lou Ferrigno is terrible.
Bro, he didn't have to do nothing but just big green and
I don't
scream.
think he did nothing after that.
That he didn't have to, bro. The Hulk was a really long running show. He really didn't even have to talk during the show. Like,
is he dead?
I want to say no.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I seen him pop up in something the other day.
He could be dead. You should Google that.
No, I shouldn't.
You don't care if Lou Ferrigno is dead?
Well, I've reached that point in my life where if it doesn't directly affect me, I really don't care. Wasn't like I was a huge fan out here just walking around with Lou Ferrigno t-shirts on.
It was Lou Ferrigno though.
I don't acknowledge him at this moment.
He's a Greek god.
No, he's not. But anyway, how was your week, bro?
Well, I worked 92 days in a row.
I didn't. Why did you have to work 92 days in a row?
Well, because when you get your off days at the beginning of the week, and then you ask for the next weekend off, it's kind of how it happens.
That's why I love the fact that in this moment in life, I have a set off days. Now, even though they 2 of them flip flops, but because I need weekends in my life, but I still have a set schedule. Period. Life, bro. You need to get you that.
That was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
No, once you get in the groove of it, dog, you kind of be done.
Right. I'm not above exercising the call in.
You shouldn't. But if you got them, you know what? I take that back. They give you vacation time and sick days for a reason. Use them. They also give you occurrences for a reason. Use them. People are so scared to take advantage of what's already been set aside from them.
In the system?
Yeah. Like, as long as you don't overdo it, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Look. Work is a part of your life.
True.
Life happens.
True.
So if life outside of your job affects you doing your job and you need to take a day, don't be afraid to call in.
But at the same time, you have people who let their job control their life. Like, let's take for an example when I used to work for like Samsung and HP. I was always at work. HP had me all over the city. For what? I gained nothing. I still got the same paycheck. I did move up in the corporation, even though I was one of their go-to people. And I was never really home. Put major miles on my car for no reason. So we got to a point where I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to do what makes right for me. And unfortunately, you happen to be as a ride-along one day for that.
I regret not getting out the car.
What? Oh, because of old girl?
No, what you talking about?
Oh, you talking about when I dropped you off?
No. So before I got here, I was riding with Monte.
Okay.
And he stopped at Pickaside. And she's like, you want to come in? I was like, no, I'm
What did you see outside? Because there's always something outside.
No, so yeah, he got the pickers hair.
Hey, Mia.
What it do, boo? He was like, you should, you come inside. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna sit in the car.
Right.
Because I was banking on Buffalo Boss being open.
Tug, when I seen that message today, I was mad.
And then when I pulled up, I was like, damn, that closed. I was like, I should have just went in there, got some snacks or something.
You could DoorDash or Checkers right next door.
I'm not DoorDash and Checkers.
No. What I'm saying is you can DoorDash or Checkers is right next door.
Checkers is next door.
Right. So you got options. That's what I end up having to do earlier. Plus, we got time between you and me.
Right.
So
that's what we're doing when we're done here.
Right. Go run real quick. So this past Friday, well, you know what? Let's back it up. Last weekend.
The Oscars?
No, we're not going that far.
We're not going that far back?
Dog, because at the end of the day, dog, I'm actually sick and tired of
people talk about
the Will Smith, Chris Rock conversation. It could be because we pod.
Right.
Okay. And when you pod, when a good topic comes up, everybody's going to talk about it regardless.
This is true.
Okay. So,
but everybody's opinion isn't our opinion.
No, it's not our opinion. I just get tired of hearing it because the dichotomy of the conversation goes both ways. It's always everybody's blaming somebody else. Okay.
This is true.
And then the fact that, to the best of my knowledge, none of them has ever really came out and said, this is why I did. Will never said this is why I did what I did. We just assumed Will did what he did for what he did. Okay. When he said, keep your wife's name out my mouth, it may not have been the jokes we all run to. Chris may have been talking greasy in some one-on-one conversation, and one of his friends could have texted. For all we know, he could have said something to Kevin Hart, and then, Kevin was like, hey, Will, Chris said this, bruh. It could have been something that has absolutely nothing to do with what the world is assuming was.
Here's the crazy part about life. Just because these niggas are famous with lots of money, I think sometimes we shut off the fact that they're actually real people. So could you imagine like a messy ass group text with like Will Smith, Kevin Hart?
Sit here and tell me these niggas don't group text.
I bet celebrity group chats be filthy as fuck.
And I think that's the part that people tend to take out the equation. Like, dog, take away the money, take away the fame, and just say all of these people are just real friends. Now, should he have done it there? Who knows? Maybe bro said something and Will responded in the group chat on site.
Like that's hilarious.
He could you imagine that? Because I think we always look at Will as a soft dude because when we were introduced to Will, he was a goofy kid. Then when he was doing music, we were in the era where hip hop was going from party and fun to gangster shit. And Will didn't see the need to change his style. So he was still the clean party, having fun rapper who didn't need to cuss in his song because cuss words didn't make sense for his song. Like I'm making a song about summertime. I don't need to call these girls bitches for you to understand I'm out here loving the ladies. You didn't need to do that. So we automatically like, oh yeah, real nigga shit. Cube is the dude. Fuck Will Smith. And it's like, what does that got to do with anything? Just because his music is this. So he always had a lane he stayed into. Then when he went over to movies, he was like, okay, you a little bit over the top, but yet here y'all are still watching these movies. Here y'all are going blockbuster movies at Men in Black. Niggas going to go see Independence Day. Niggas even going to see, what was the one? iRobot. We're always still going to support him, but we always shitted on him because he was a Russell Wilson, if you want to keep it a buck, but we don't know that this nigga don't be out here doing trill shit. We don't know what Will do.
You think Will is like? You think it's like a group chat out there with like Will Smith, Jim Carrey, Woody Harrelson, and Don Cheadle?
It could be.
That's a filthy group chat.
That's a wild conversation, but I'm not saying you're not finna sit here just like Jada might be in a group chat with Tiffany, Queen Latifah. Anybody, Nia Long could be in that bitch for all we know. Angela Bassett in here.
Celebrity group chats.
Who knows who they talk to, bruh? And you're not going to sit here and say that because we have group chats. And our group chat between the family is a completely different group chat than I had with some of the pod shows. or I may have with my own blood. Like,
just imagine.
We don't know what Chris said behind the scenes.
Just imagine Jada cheating on Will and everybody knew about it, and then she dropped like the dick pic in the group chat of the new nigga she fucking on.
And that's another thing, dog.
You think August hit the group chat?
He probably did during the time frame, because women are notorious for sharing their stories to each other.
That's who should have been on Jasmine Sullivan album. She should have had a skit just for Jada and her fucking entanglement.
And and that's another thing. That's another part of the story. That
Jezebel.
And I think that's another kind of part of the story. Did you know Jasmine re-dropped the hotels with men?
With like dudes.
Yeah, she had dudes on the set, like the side B of the whole situation.
But I think niggas are hoes too.
Most definitely.
Niggas are hoes.
Most definitely. But that's another thing about, I think, the whole everybody bringing up August Alsina. They were technically on a break when it happened. Like, they even admitted it during the Red Table Talk. They wasn't together, okay? So since they wasn't together, what she did during that time frame wasn't a bad thing. So everybody was like, you ain't got this kind of smoke for August. First of all, if you and your bitch is not together, right, and y'all trying to find yourselves, and you done knocked down 2/3 of the cheerleading squad,
you think Will Smith ran through the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders?
Who knows?
It's a possibility.
And who knows, man? He might have took down every Laker girl. He got that kind of swag. We definitely done have some Spanish flies, because he just made Miami just extra popular.
Like, look back at it, like,
but it's like
Chris Rock, you let a nigga slap you who sang "Getting Jiggy with It."
But "Getting Jiggy" was $1 million song.
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying.
I mean,
when you look at the greatest songs in hip hop history, I'm almost sure "Getting Jiggy with It" is not top 20.
What are you labeling great though? See, because we always have this conversation about
you are very
what
right.
makes a
you
person
are very
great.
Right.
Because if we go by record sales, album sales, awards, technically it is. It's one of the greats.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
If you ask any nigga though, to give you a list of 20 hip hop songs,
but that's different. That's the whole thing about it.
Tone, if I asked you,
no, it wouldn't be on my list because that's not my vibe.
Right.
But when you look at what makes it a hit,
oh no, for sure.
He definitely, bro. White folks still quote that song to this day. That's the smartest move he ever made, was when he changed from being the kiddie fun rap that he did. He started making money that he started making songs that white folks will listen to. And because he did that, because that's how was not Will Lilliam. Was it Born to Rank? No.
What's your man?
What album was that one on?
Getting Jiggy with It?
Yeah.
Big Willie Style.
Big Willie Style. I could not think of the name of it. The name of it right there tells you that this album is not for us.
Low key though.
When you look at the name of it.
Low key. I'm saying this here on my pod. Big Willie Style got some slaps.
It does.
It got a few jams.
But that album was not for the hip hop community.
I think that was a safe album.
And that's this is the one thing that people need to realize with Will Smith. When he was the Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff, that was hip hop music. When he was Will Smith, I'm chasing the bag. And that's where everybody tends to make the difference. Just like we watch wrestling. When you come out with a gimmick name, you just doing what the company want. But when you come out with your government name, you own business. That means in the back room, you done made the right calls and you controlling your own shots now. Am I right or right?
You're right.
He did the same thing. I can keep making hip hop and have fun, and you niggas over here not gonna like me because I'm not being this gangster shit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince is a TV show now. That's where you know him at. Will Smith is this person who's rapping. Will Smith is making music to get paid.
So pretty much in a sense, Pitbull and Flo Rida took the Will Smith approach to music.
Big facts.
Because you can keep making
because I can go back and there's a cold ass Pitbull track where he is spitting hot fire.
No, but he's getting his white money now.
But he's getting his white money.
He's international.
When that man went and did the theme song for WrestleMania, that's not the same Pitbull.
Nah, he learned from Flo. Man, that white bag is real different.
And and it's like, if this white money is not only long but guaranteed, as long as you don't keep doing this coon shit over here to just appeal to people who talks about you, why would I still keep making that kind of music? Like, don't get me wrong. Parents just didn't understand all that music back there that was fun, that was cool. Summertime will forever be an ageless classic.
I feel like a lot of people that fall into like making white music, I feel like they do it by accident.
Some do.
Like Flo Rida, like just listening to like the music he used to make and then the music that he started making, I feel like it fell into it by accident. Like he had one song on his album that he was like, okay, I fucks with this.
Somebody spent it in the club.
Like, it's just, this is the kind of, like, I like this vibe of this song and I think that this is dope and I'm going to do it regardless of what people think. And then that shit just took off.
This is what both Pitbull and Flo Rida did. The formula for an album is you always make a song for the streets, make a song for the bitches, you make a song for the club.
Okay.
Those are always your key 3 songs. Because Mr. 305 and Mr. Florida live in a very diverse area, making a song for a Miami club is a completely different sound than making a song for, let's say, a black club.
Right, because Miami's kind of diverse. So like you could go to a spot and you can hear like 7 different genres of music all in the same night.
All in the same night.
You go hip hop, techno, and it can get real eclectic in that motherfucker.
So when you make that Florida, Miami bass sound, okay, that's a genre that's always your music is gonna be there. But when you make that Lisa cult jam ish,
cult jam, what are we talking about?
They had a Miami sound.
Okay,
they was one of the original Miami sounds I remember here. The rhythm is gonna get you, stuff like that.
How old are you, dog?
Bro, I'm 40. I'm in my 40s.
I know, bro.
Shit, fuck you.
I'm not judging.
You niggas be sampling them and y'all don't even realize it. You know me, I'm that nigga who you sample a song. I could care less about the song, but I fucks with the sample because I know the song. That's how I am.
Cult Jam has some classics.
They did.
I would never front on Cult
But
Jam.
if you think about it, Pitbull's music is damn near similar to that vibe.
Yes, it's a party atmosphere.
Again, it's a party atmosphere. So now you have this music and the parties are jumping and the party playlists are getting bigger. And you gotta remember where Pitbull is now in the area playlist. So now your songs are being added to party playlists, the club playlists. Now you're being added to the German techno sound playlist, and you're being added to the French Quarter playlist, and now you're being added to Paris's Party Town playlist. Now your music, this one song that you did because someone told you make your club song, is getting places where that hip hop song nobody even remembers. So you gonna be shifting your whole music. And you got to remember he Latin too, bro. You cannot leave your Latin folks out.
And every time, maybe it's just me, but every time I think like these niggas didn't reach the end of their rope, I'm like, you know what? You cannot continue to make music like this. This shit is eventually gonna run out, and then boom, nigga got a whole nother hit. He go get a Spanish nigga to sing background. He might get Neo, so it's still a little black in it, and nigga take off and make more money.
Jennifer Lopez had a successful music career because she knew the right time to go make Latin music.
Okay.
So you do what you can in the hip hop and R&B world where you get with your right people and you target this audience and you get Irv Gotti and you steal songs from Ashanti.
You think her run with Ja Rule was successful? Well, Ja Rule was hot at the time.
It was hot. He was they were the hot people to be around.
Okay.
Ashanti was writing your hits.
Makes sense. I'll fuck with it.
And singing your songs. Let's keep it honest.
Well, yeah. She sang all the reference tracks.
Let's keep
this
it. This
we know.
And now you're taking off because you're in the right place. Okay. Then all of a sudden, when Jenny from the Block drops, you get your Latin hip hop niggas on there, you get Big Pun, you get Fat Joe. Now you're starting to notice that your Latin audience is listening to. It's like, oh, we like this track because we fuck with Pun and we fuck with Fat Joe, but you don't do nothing for us. You, Jenny from the Block, what fucking block are you on? So now your label says, hey, let's go take this album and let's flip it to make it Latin. Then, actually, you know it, now the song works. Didn't work in America, but in Latin America, this shit is everywhere. We talking from Mexico down to Guatemala.
Okay.
Then now the Guats like you.
The Guat.
I don't know what a Guatemalan is. I don't know what the short.
I would still think that's some kind of Spanish. You could have called them Spaniards.
No, because Spaniards are Spain. It's completely different Spanish.
Just the guacs.
Let's call them the guacs.
The guacamoles.
I don't know, Brad. This is our show. You know we say
guacamole.
But now you find out your shit is on the Latin charts and you're doing way better over here. So your next album you drop, it's a Latin album.
Why do you think niggas don't rap in African?
Well, first of all, have you ever heard Posic?
You're right.
Have you ever really heard Swahili?
Nah.
Just because the word sounds like it flows doesn't mean they language do. I'm not finna drop a mean 16.
While I was at this brunch
in clicks,
I decided, because I get high.
That you do.
And I just decided to spark up random hip hop conversation.
What did you start?
So I was talking to Chalk.
Okay, interesting.
It's probably the right
person to go to. Interesting person to start with.
So I told him, well, I was like, why does no one put Snoop Dogg in their top 5 to top 10 rappers?
Which is a reoccurring conversation here.
Because I noticed that, like, for as much praise as people give Snoop for being the GOAT or a GOAT, one of the greats, nobody really put Snoop in like their top 5, top 10 rappers. And I'm trying to wonder why. So does that mean Snoop is not as talented as a lot of people make him to be? But it's just crazy though.
It all boils down to, like I said earlier, how are we categorizing though? Because a lot of people who won't put Snoop in their top 10 is because they're not saying he's lyrical. I know Africans rap Mimi. We were being funny with that. Okay. It's always that.
I mean, do Africans rap?
They
smell like goat ass. I know that much.
Stop it. What, can you go a whole show without being some form of racist, bro?
How is that racist? I'm black. They're black.
It's just a simple fact, bro. Every African
American on African violence shouldn't happen.
I hate black people, especially.
Don't hate black people. But no, I was just
but it's when we look at lyricism, most people who always categorize folks as like lyrical, Snoop is not going to be there. His wordplay is good. His pen game is okay. They'll never categorize him as lyrical. He's a great storyteller, but then Snoop would do stuff off to the side that makes people be like, I'm not fucking with this album. We know Snoop more about what he's been through more than this is a great album. You know what I'm saying? Dog Food was probably the one album that you can probably label from beginning to end as an album that niggas will listen to. It's definitely a classic album.
Doggy,
it 5 mics?
It's
got 5 mics.
Oh yeah, because Doggy Style was the shit.
Yeah, it got 5 mics. Every album after that, because of issues he was having with Death Row, they wasn't always the best. Then he got on No Limit. They had the Give Me What You Got concept, and he ended up putting out one album that had 26 songs on it for no reason, featuring everybody on No Limit's roster.
But I felt like that was just how they worked.
That's how they worked. If you watch the No Limit documentary, you see that's just how they work. They work like a fucking machine. And then the albums after that, when he was independent, it more so felt like Snoop was putting out what he wanted to put out.
We didn't like that.
Because even when the moment when he flipped them bit was Snoop lying. But I'm not saying that the albums were bad. He just had
wasn't
singles.
What we wanted.
He eventually turned into an artist who knew how to cater to the community. He wasn't making broke albums no more because he ain't a broke ass nigga no more.
I feel like at a certain point, if Snoop stopped giving us albums and just only gave us songs, I would be okay.
And that's basically what it really boiled down to. You have to remind yourself there's a whole album that goes with the song.
Because I'm like,
there's a Sexual Seduction single that has a remix, but you have to also remember he dropped the album.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like some albums are like not good, but you got like 1 or 2 songs on there that people fuck with. Just give us songs. I feel like a lot of rappers should do that. So then I also asked, I was like, so do you think that Corrupt was a better rapper than Snoop?
Who? Corrupt?
Corrupt.
It's possible.
I feel like Corrupt was definitely like bar for bar, like rapping. Corrupt way better than Snoop. Snoop just had enough charisma to say that bullshit he was talking about. I feel like a lot of rappers can't rap, but they got enough charisma to make you think this shit is good.
Yeah.
Cause some niggas be talking about nothing. But you be like, hey, that sounded great. I like how he said it. He didn't say anything, but it was cool how he said it.
Right.
He said a bunch of fucking nothing, but it was all right because he got that swag. I got my swagger back.
True. Open up everything.
What else did we talk about? I call Ludacris a hybrid version of Mystical and Busta Rhymes, and I don't think I'm far off in that assumption. Ludacris.
Explain.
He's a hybrid of Mystical and Busta Rhymes.
Explain.
With a sprinkle of Eminem.
Explain.
Well, because like you ever listen to how Mystical rap, and he had like the voice inflection thing where like he could be rapping in like one cadence and then he'll get like real high,
right?
And then he'll get like real animated type shit.
I just thought that's how he was, but okay, continue.
I feel like he talking like that in real life too.
He kind of does. No, real talk.
Just imagine a nigga telling you a story.
You talking about Mystical? Yeah. I think he really does because what was one of the first Nolan movies they made? It wasn't Hot Boy, was it? Bout It.
Oh, he wasn't in Bout It.
No, it was whatever came after Bout It.
He was in I Got the Hookup.
I Got the Hookup. That's what it was. And they just gave him a random line. It wasn't even like you supposed to say this as Mystical. They just had him say something, and he literally talks the way he raps.
That's terrible.
Like he really talk, and then you add the country grammar on top of it.
So he can't talk, and then he fuck up when he talk.
That's basically
that's
what
terrible.
It was.
But so yeah, it was like so with the whole voice inflection of changing directions and where you're going up and down, and then and I felt like Busta Rhymes did a lot of that too. Just get real serious and get on you, and then woo-ha type shit, just fuck you up. You didn't even see it coming. It's like, why are you screaming the punchline?
That was Busta. His whole, because when they all first came out as leader of the new school, the way he rapped that was just how he rapped, and people didn't really grasp the concept of that until he jumped on the Tribe Called Quest track in the scenario. That's when
he was definitely ahead of his time. Yeah, I feel like a lot of rappers were like a lot of the shit they was doing. It was like I don't get it. Now we get it.
Right.
Like when the young niggas did, you be like, okay, I get it now. But I know where you got it from.
True.
He tried that shit 20 years ago and we wasn't on that shit.
Right. And that's why it's back. And that's why now because he didn't used to rap fast.
Busta Rhymes?
No.
When did you start rapping fast?
When they did, it was 2 albums. Mystico's was a Tarantula. It was Tarantula and Extinction Level Event. Both their albums dropped right about the same time. And both Mystical and Busta had a song together on each album. It was 2 different songs, but they were on there. And the first one, Mystical, came on his album, ate him. So when he got on Mystical's, he got with that nigga. And literally after that, his cadence started speeding up. He started rapping fast.
2 niggas I definitely don't want to hear a song from.
Hey, fam,
not saying that it's bad or it's good.
Fire.
I'm saying me personally, it's 2 niggas I don't want.
Understandable, but you also a nigga who will listen to a Cassidy song. So,
yo, Cassidy was good at one point.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just that's the great thing about music. You don't have to be in the exact same lane with everybody. Like everybody doesn't have to be a Jay-Z fan.
Right.
It's cool if you don't like Jay. It's cool if you don't like Pac. It's cool if you don't like Biggie. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to like the same thing as everybody else does. You could be a Mac Miller fan. You could be an Eminem fan. Don't get no better. It's cool.
What is she talking about?
It's Mimi. I love that one song by Compton's Most Wanted. Cross the Border.
Philly's Most Wanted.
No, Compton Most Wanted. Yeah, you're right. Philly's Most Wanted. That's some. Compton's Most Wanted is still Black Superman. Like them niggas too.
Right. I was like,
yeah,
two different people.
They both most wanted. I don't know why.
Do you feel like what Pharrell was trying to accomplish with Philly's Most Wanted?
He did with the Clips.
He got it right with the Clips.
He did it with the Clips.
And I feel like Philly's Most Wanted had a decent amount of talent. I feel like they could rap.
A lot of people had a lot of talent. They just didn't have the. You got to remember, record labels are fucked up. And I'm glad we have this conversation. So, did you ever watch Wu-Tang: The American Saga on Hulu?
I did not.
Okay. I did. I've been watching it over the course of the last few days.
Was that just the first season?
No, the second season is up. That's what made me start watching it.
Oh, okay. They get clear for a third season?
I don't know. I keep hearing that they did. You know, Tommy is my go-to. He's everything Wu-Tang. So I'm sitting here and I'm watching it, and I completely forgot that RZA had a whole career before he was RZA. And it was terrible. Okay. So we tend to forget that sometimes artists don't get the opportunities because the record labels are not satisfied with the first turnout. I go out here, I got this dope ass song, I put it together, I got these dope ass samples in there. The sample don't clear. Okay. So now I got to scramble to come find a copy free beat or make a brand new one in the last minute, and it don't hit the same like the first one we did. So now we put the album out and niggas ain't fucking with it. Because the one song who had the version I liked, they can't hear it. So now they drop you because you didn't make the sale they thought you were going to sell. It's not your fault. Not everybody had a chance like RZA where you had a gang of niggas who know how to rap and you be like, you know what? We just going to do our own shit. You get niggas like Lord Tariq and Peter Guns.
Uptown, baby.
Who they had a dope ass song, but nothing came after it. Don't mean that them niggas was bad. We just didn't get another shot.
When are we going to start acknowledging that Jay-Z is a fucking terrible CEO?
He hasn't CEO nothing in a minute, though.
I'm just saying, like, when you look at rapper execs and being in charge of putting a label and a crew on, well, when are we going to start putting him in them conversations of, like, niggas failed on your watch?
Two things I will say. Number one, most niggas who are Jay-Z fans are going to look at his CEO run as Jordan with the Wizards. It happened,
and I'm not don't talk about. And I'm not even talking about when he was like president of Def Jam.
Right.
I'm just talking about you and Dame are the heads of Rockefeller.
Here's the thing, though,
and niggas failed on your watch.
Everybody doesn't transition to success, though. I can give you all. Let's take a look at this podcast world. Prime example. By definition, I'm the CEO.
Right.
Okay. I can give everybody the same platform, the same opportunities, the same, staples, do A, B, C, D. Okay.
Right.
I give you all the tools. I get you out there. Everybody doesn't have the charisma like Mimi. Everybody doesn't have the controversy like Tory. Everybody doesn't have the conversations and topics like P3. Everybody can't produce the same. I can't get mad if this one podcast can't make it past 6 episodes. They just wasn't biting. Maybe when I'm telling you what to do, you go the same route as, Tube Socks and was like, I feel creatively stifled because you won't let me be me. So when you get a chance to be you, you realize it doesn't transition right. Or look at Beans for an example. Beans didn't want to stop being street. I can't help you get money if you won't stop doing this over here. That's stopping people from want to do business with you. I bring you into the book. I do this right here. I don't bring you to certain meetings because you jump out the window sometimes.
This is true.
Okay? So I know that there's certain places, as much as you are my boy who I will go to war with, there's some places I can't bring bro with me. Especially if you smoked already. I got to ask who you get your weed from. How many blunts you had. Okay? To gauge what dude you is that day. And you know that. So then when we have kickbacks and you're like, who are all these people? Yeah, you were too high today that I was going to go get this together, so I couldn't. You didn't meet them till now. That doesn't mean that you couldn't make a successful podcast. That doesn't mean that you can't get on the mic and fucking rip a show. I just can't put you in the same spaces. So Beans is somebody I couldn't put in the same places.
Okay, but see, there's a difference when
So everybody
But there's a difference when you, like you just explained, like if I do everything that as I'm supposed to do so you can succeed and then you fail, as to opposed to I just put you out there and I didn't give you any help. I didn't try to give you any guidance. I didn't try to give you no fucking advice. I felt like that's how it was at Rockefeller.
I don't think that's the case. I think that because a lot of people, matter of fact, let me see who's all on Rockefeller.
We got Beanie C.
No, I'm pulling up the list.
Dog, it's gonna be a long ass list of niggas who you never heard of.
Okay, but at the same time, we gotta look at how niggas how was niggas themselves. Like for an example, Emile wasn't a good transition. She really didn't have anything that made her stand out because Foxy was there first.
I felt like Emile only got a deal because back then, as a rap crew, you had to have one.
You had to have one female, so that's not fair to her. And then when we did give you the opportunity to drop a single and be out there, your bars wasn't good. I can write. Jay can write for anybody. Bleak could have wrote. Anybody who's known for having a dope ass pen game could write. Doesn't mean that Emile transitioning over to being a successful rapper was gonna work, because at the time back then for female rappers, if you wasn't selling pussy on the record in so many words, most people wasn't listening to y'all. Let's keep it a buck. The only reason why folks like Da Brat do it, because you gotta remember she was out during this time frame too, was able to make it. She came in as being a rough rapper. We can't look at this pretty bitch right here and assume you out here, making major moves. Not saying you not, we just couldn't see you do it. Then you got like Neef, the Young Guns.
Failures.
That's not you niggas out here making bad life choices.
They were making bad music too.
See what I'm saying? Like I'm sitting here looking like there's some niggas out on it. I forgot Buttons was there.
Joe Budden?
Yeah.
I think he forgot he was there.
Exactly. Then you had when Dipset and Cameron them came in.
I don't count them.
And that's what I'm saying. But they technically was Rockefeller.
Right, but see, the reason why I don't count Cam, because I felt like Cam was Cam before he got to the Rockefeller.
Right.
I felt like even if Cam didn't sign with Rockefeller, Dipset was still gonna flourish regardless.
Right. They was technically their own lane. It was more like saying, we got this network over here, this podcast, Wind Down Wednesday, prime example. They was already had a name for themselves when they came here, right?
Right.
So really them coming over here is just being able to record and get your shit off.
Right.
Everything that they've done, they could have done that anywhere. They just happened to do it here. That's Cam and Dipset, in my opinion.
Right. I felt like the money was right.
Right. They just happened to be here. Kanye, probably most successful story out of Rockefeller outside of Jay.
Right. And that's all I was saying. I was like, no matter how you slice how you failed, it still counts as you failed.
Like there was artists there that they just didn't get a chance.
Like Freeway.
No. Here's the thing. You got to remember, cats like Bleak, Freeway, PD, all of them, they were starting to get their shot when Dame and Jay was breaking up. So you're number one, lost in the shuffle of who's responsible for you. And number two, now it's like you don't have both the minds. You don't have the business mind and the street mind niggas coming together to figure out how do we promote you. Freeway was also another Bleak. I'm cool with still doing this street shit because this music shit is not, I'm good at it, but this is not my dream. I'm a street nigga. Beans was a street nigga. These niggas were street niggas, so they want to keep doing street shit. Because let's be honest, what we do is wrong. What we do is still like one of the jams everybody plays.
Yeah, what we do was cool.
It's shit, it got used in Bel Air. Literally, that's how the fucking show started.
But what about the rest of the album?
There wasn't too many joints off of that.
That's all I'm saying.
But it's not that. But at the same time, goes back to my statement, music hits differently for everybody. So that album, as dope as it was, didn't resonate with us because we don't understand what they're doing in Philly. Now, in Philly, that album is legendary.
So once again,
so that doesn't mean that it was a failure. He was catering to a certain target, and his target liked it. Hence why he got more albums and more albums.
Well, there's not 1 million people in Philly.
I don't know what the roster is.
So if there's not 1 million people in Philly, you can't just make music for people in Philly.
But then you had other niggas that just did not. They didn't go nowhere. Like Sauce Money, Emilio Sparks, Uncle Murder. Hell, shit, let's keep it a buck. Nicole Ray.
Fail.
It's not their fault that these niggas couldn't get on. Because Sauce Money was there ever since Jay first started.
Just saying, bro. Jay-Z.
You can't, everything ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you big time rapping niggas don't know how to put your homies on.
Maybe we do, but maybe the homies don't know what to do with the opportunity because they don't appreciate it. If I worked hard to earn $1 million, and then when I got my second meal, I gave you $1 million, are you going to appreciate that $1 million as much as I did?
I don't think I would appreciate it as much.
You would
because I didn't work to get it.
Exactly. So Jay worked to get where he is. You know what I'm saying? Cam worked to where he got. Kanye worked to where they got. Shit, let's keep it a buck. Bleak and MOP worked to where they got.
So, okay, so if you're not willing to work, nigga, you a failure.
But what I'm saying is you can't put their failure on Jay. That's where the initial conversation started. That it was Jay's fault because he was in charge. That these sometimes niggas, you just like, look, fam, you're not listening to what I'm telling you to do. Fuck it. Just when you make these 3 albums so we can get the fuck up out of here.
Oh, Jay-Z is on the list of bad execs.
You can only do so much. What can you do with a nigga named Freaky Zeke? His name off top, just if you're not willing to make some adjustments to show me you serious. Music? No, because porn music is not hip hop.
It could have been a lane for that though. We just
it could have been. Maybe you think about it. The nigga name is Freaky Zeke.
Right.
Fam, 2 Chainz even got smart and was like, hey, I want to be taken serious. I can't be out here as Titty Boy. So he changed his name and boom, took off.
Right, because he still raps the same.
Exactly. But the fact that we can talk about 2 Chainz at the water cooler, we can't talk about Titty Boy at work.
Hey, sometimes the rebrand works, sometimes it don't.
And maybe that's what some of these niggas didn't want to do. Oh, man, I'm selling out if I change who I came to be. I want to make this music. Well, you know what, my guy? Here, make this music. And when this contract is over, bro, that's it.
You know, here's a funny story about Flo Rida we was talking about earlier. Did you know Nelly turned that song down?
It's possible because Nelly wasn't feeling it.
That shit took off.
You fucking Christella Milian turned down 808. Ponder Replay.
Oh, that's crazy.
And Rihanna took it and boom, billionaire now. You'd be surprised the tracks that get left on the table that somebody else takes.
I hate my uncle.
What do you say?
He said, stop talking down on Rockefeller like niggas weren't doing the damn.
It's true. Like niggas was throwing up the diamond sign.
Yo, low key, I definitely wanted to throw champagne on bitches like Dame Dash. I won't lie. He made that shit look so acceptable.
But he also had the money to do it.
I'm like,
you can pour the champagne on these bitches because that was probably $1,000 bottle, and he can go buy them a whole new fit after they complained about
it. At 15, I was like, yeah, I got to be in the Rockefeller video. Throw champagne on half naked women. At 33, that's objectifying as fuck.
It is.
Why would you let a motherfucker throw champagne on
you? Oh, hey man.
Why you half naked?
You signed up to be on this video. Whatever they do in this video, you agreed to it when you signed that contract.
What if we didn't agree to this, Tom?
Why are you here?
Why are you changing the rules in the contract? That's my question to them niggas.
If you signed this contract to be in this Rockefeller video, because you gotta remember back then, bitches was doing anything to be in these videos. Remember, there's a whole chick that got naked and had the titties out with the pasties on it, and she went down in history. She did whatever she could to be in this video. Being a video vixen was actually a career back in the days. It's the precursor to Instagram models.
I couldn't be a rapper, man. I got a conscience.
Which is why you're not a rapper anymore.
I walk on set like, hey man, what do you do with these half naked women? Did they agree to this? Too much rape going around.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's why I would have said it. As a rapper, too much rape going around. You niggas will not have me on TMZ.
But you don't like J. Cole because that's literally what J. Cole. If you pay attention to none of his videos,
I never said I didn't like J. Cole.
Just like you don't like the way he dressed.
I hate the way he dresses, but I appreciate it because that's the rich nigga swag.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Kanye been wearing the same boots for the past 3 weeks.
You know what's funny? Because I've been listening to Jibs lately, right?
Like
JID.
Oh, JID.
Yeah, Jib. I don't know. Sometimes they write it as one word. Sometimes they put the dots in between. I don't know. Like, dude,
what is his name?
Like, so I just Jib. At the beginning of one of his songs, at the end of one of his songs, after he spits his bars, there's a dude that come on there and that basically be like, "Hey, man, why don't you throw some money in the strip club, fam? Y'all got this bread. Like, you got this money. Y'all call yourself Dreamville. These women got dreams too. Throw some of that money and quit bullshitting." And it was like, hey, talk to your nigga J. Cole. Why do you always look like a nigga gonna come up to you and ask to borrow your charger?
He does. He definitely does.
So even in they know, but we gotta give credit to J. Cole because he was the first nigga to isolate himself before COVID dropped, because he's in this Gangstar video and they supposed to be at this table having this meeting, but he's in the meeting via satellite. So he's at the crib on a laptop in the meeting. The video dropped literally right before COVID.
He was smart.
The niggas isolating already. He knew something. But speaking of hip hop, and since we here, do you know your favorite place to find ignorant ass news is dropping a brand new show?
The Shade Room?
No, TMZ. So TMZ, this Monday, actually coming up.
They're doing a hip hop show?
Yep, TMZ hip hop. They're gonna basically do celebrity stories strictly for the R&B and hip hop genre. So whatever is going on when it's a hip hop related person or, black music, in so many words.
Why R&B niggas don't beef?
They do, but we don't care. Like, for some odd reason, prior to recently, because I think Chris Brown put the thug back in R&B, we looked at R&B niggas as soft because they would always make love songs and singing panties off it. But we know the fact that back in the days, New Edition was whooping niggas' asses, even if it was their own team. We know you're not going to sit here and tell me that Luther didn't clear a couple of niggas.
I just like,
but we just never look at R&B people as ones who are out here fighting.
I want R&B beef. Like, I feel like Chris Brown.
No.
He should run up on Trey Songz.
No, Chris, we need dog. First of all, we want the media to leave dude alone.
This is true.
So he can't be the one getting in a fight. And I don't think that's fair because now niggas can test him. I mean, he's still going to whip their ass, but then now he's the one who's going to get targeted in the media as being a bad person. Trey Songz could throw a chair, but because Chris Brown was in the fight, they're going to focus more on Chris Brown.
I'm just saying, like, we need R&B.
But sometimes Trey Songz.
We need R&B violence.
Why do we need R&B violence?
I just feel like it's a thing that should happen. I feel like we missed a window with R&B violence.
You want Chriselle Michette and Jasmine Sullivan to start throwing hands?
I mean, you
want J Hud to go rock Rihanna or something?
Just look at let's just paint the picture, Tom.
Okay, we here now.
Imagine we had the Soul Train Awards.
Oh my god!
And En Vogue heard that Tony Braxton had been talking spicy.
You sure you want to be with the Braxtons?
I'm just, but they called her Dolo, called her lacking. En Vogue beat up Tony Braxton.
TB ain't gonna be out here by herself. Tony is not gonna be out here by herself.
What if they called her lacking?
Tamar is somewhere nearby.
What if they called her lacking coming out the bathroom?
The minute you run up on her, guarantee Tamar is on that.
I'm just saying, En Vogue put hands and feet on like
all four, or when they only three. Because you're talking about five, my fault, four, rest in peace. You talking about four Braxtons, fam.
Right.
This is not an 8-man tag.
I was like 4-on-3.
It's definitely a handicap match.
I'm just saying though, like, and
there's some big Braxtons.
What if SWV would have called like Brandy lacking?
I think they did have smoke with her at one point in time.
Stomp her the fuck out.
Coco out here throwing hands.
What if Escape caught a motherfucker?
They was ratchet as hell.
I'm just saying, like, where is the R&B beef? Like, imagine Guy stomping out R. Kelly.
R. Kelly deserves to be stumped.
I'm just saying, because for one, he stole Aaron Hall whole swag.
Did he? But Aaron Hall would hit him with a boot though. So
yes, Absolutely stole Aaron Hall.
Maybe
swag.
if R. Kelly got stumped out back in the days, we wouldn't have this.
Aaron Hall definitely should have beat R. Kelly up.
Maybe Aaron Hall didn't care.
Bro, he stole your sauce and then became the biggest nigga in the world.
No, he actually had a tight pen game though. Aaron Pen game wasn't fucking with R. Kelly.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
At the end of the day, dog, R. Kelly's pen game was so phenomenal that this is not the first time that this nigga has been in the news for the same situation. And there's still motherfuckers out here who be like, but I still love his music. It's his pen. It's not Robert we care about. It's the music that Robert made that folks care about. Like so Aaron Hall, even though I Miss You was a beautiful song, can't watch the video.
Yeah, that video is terrifying.
Cannot watch the video. It's sad. It's heartbreaking.
Thinking about you, baby.
Brings me to tears all the time. But Aaron Hall as an artist, as a collective artist, very forgettable.
I feel like I only like that song because my mama liked that song.
Now you know who probably did need his ass whooped?
Who?
Genuine.
What?
I feel like Genuine.
Who would run up on Genuine?
Well, first of all, I know Tyrese want to whoop his ass.
That's now. Tyrese needs his ass whooped too.
Yeah, that's true.
See, this is why we need more R&B beef.
But R&B niggas are smart enough not to fuck up their bag because R&B niggas don't have a rep to protect.
Do you?
Rappers be having reps to protect because they be letting niggas who still in the ghetto, man, you let that nigga run up on you. Think about it. If Will Smith, if the whole reason why you moved to Bel Air in Philly was a regular street rap that was freeway, he wouldn't have moved because that same fight would have had that nigga coming back with beans and state prop. Completely different TV show would have never happened.
I felt like Smokey Robinson would have whooped Rick James.
No, because he's out here smoking, especially not Rick.
You don't think Smokey got hands?
Could not fuck with Rick. If Rick wasn't, first of all, he took karate. Number two,
Rick James ain't taking no god.
You did not listen to the Charlie Murphy, so you remember he kicked him?
Yeah, Charlie Murphy. I feel like Charlie was talking out his ass.
I don't know, bro, because Rick wasn't correct. Rick was correcting, but he was also validating at the same time. But at the same time, Charlie was kicking it with him, dog. You not for Smokey Robinson running up on Rick James was not gonna happen.
It'd have been funny to hear about that.
Why would Smokey run up on him?
I don't know, bro. Maybe he ain't like the way he laid his vocals on Ebony Eyes.
It's his damn song. Do what he want.
Just saying,
give it to me, baby.
You imagine Mike having beef with somebody?
And Mike definitely had beef with people. I really feel like Mike's put hands on niggas before.
Man.
I feel like Mike.
I felt like he wanted to whoop dude ass. You ever watch the video of them singing "We Are the World"?
Oh, he definitely what? He smacked somebody. No, because them motherfuckers they was just in there. Because you gotta remember, some of them was rock stars, so they was coked out their ass. So they definitely was fucking up. Mike hemmed up somebody.
I just want y'all to know that song didn't age well.
It couldn't have.
It's low key trash.
It was supposed to be just like, hey fam, we got an epidemic going on right now.
Can somebody out there in celebrity land, if you are a musician and this comes across like your YouTube feed, or if you see this right now,
you want somebody Facebook, to redo "We Are the World"?
Yes, please.
No.
Can we get like Beyonce and all the famous niggas now? Like, I feel like
it wouldn't work because if you think about it, dog, everybody on that song only had one bar.
Okay, well then maybe we only need like 4 people.
Mike wrote a whole song, got all these famous white folks to get on this song, and everybody only had one bar.
Mike wrote "We Are the World"?
Probably him and Quincy. I don't know who wrote that shit.
I'm hoping Mike wasn't a part of that.
Mike probably had everything to do with that.
I feel like they called Prince, and Prince was like, no. Like nonchalant as a bitch. Prince like, no, I'm not doing that.
Like, I'm mad I typed in "We Are" and then the whole song came up.
Oh, because We Are the World.
Yep, produced by Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson. It was written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie.
This is what y'all did in y'all free time. Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie collectively wrote one of the worst songs in history.
I feel like if only one person sung the song, only one person. But
why didn't Mike just sing it?
But at the same time, it went quadruple platinum. So
all Mike had to do was sing all the verses and let all the drunk people do ad libs.
It went quadruple platinum one, so is it really a failure?
I'm not calling it a failure. I just said it's a bad song.
And it was written by Black Mike too.
With the glittery jacket when he was hanging with the monkey.
Yep, white glove.
Yeah, Mike had an S curl back then.
I want to see who was all on this damn song,
bro. I think fucking a bunch of people.
Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, Paul Simon, Kenny Rogers.
See, they duped
Tina
Stevie
Turner,
Wonder.
James Ingram, Billy Joel.
He didn't know what he was singing.
Dionne Warwick.
How did they give Stevie Wonder the lyrics?
Aldro, you just tell it to him. Aldro, Bruce Springsteen. He's blind, not deaf or dumb, bro. Like, hey, fam, here's your bar. This is what I need you to say.
I often wonder, like,
Hall & Oates, Cyndi Lauper.
Do you think Stevie Wonder wrote his music?
Of course he did.
How the fuck he did?
No, you act like you can't write and sing into a song. First of all, he plays by ear. Number two, he wasn't blind all his life. He wasn't born blind.
No, but he was. What if Stevie Wonder's not blind?
Look, fam, he has to be, or else he's putting up a huge charade to be keeping that one long ass braid. Because he's technically bald at this point, bro. But he has this one piece of hair that has one fucking braid left on it. It's atrocious.
Like, what if Lil Nas X is not gay?
I can believe that. I really can.
Is he like, what if he's like bisexual or some shit?
It doesn't. Well, first of all, it doesn't matter. Sexuality is a spectrum.
That's a fact.
Okay. But he also seems like the kind of person who, if I can make a quick buck and all I got to do is pretend like I'm gay, so be it.
Would you pretend like you were gay for the bag?
I would not be gay for pay.
Because that's is that what he's doing?
That's what if what you're saying is true.
No, I don't know. I
haven't researched him enough to see him with the boyfriend, out with a guy. I've only seen him utilize his sexuality in his music.
Right. I'm just going off of the shit he said on social media.
Right. And just stuff he says on social media and the things he do. He just looks to me like a young kid who's having fun. And in this day and age, sexuality is such an open conversation. He can say and do whatever he wants as long as it's not a negative connotation. And I feel like he's pushing the envelope on purpose. Because he may come out and say, oh, well, I'm really bisexual or pan. You could say you pansexual and be able to do whatever the hell you want. I can say I'm pansexual and date nothing but women for the rest of my life.
Speaking of the word pansexual, I often go down these rabbit holes on TikTok.
You need to stop doing that shit.
I can't help it, bro. TikTok is so interesting. It's not. So it's this dude who asks these people like random questions.
Is a dude that be on the street talking in his phone? Little black dude?
No.
Okay.
I mean, the dude is black, but he has an actual microphone.
No, the dude I'm talking about, he be going up to people and be like, hey, is that your best friend? It's like, yeah.
No, not that loyalty test shit. That's just so off that.
Don't ever do that. I want to do that. Like, I wanted like us to go out and do that shit.
No, I don't
want to do that.
I don't want to be a part of that.
Shut up. Make sure y'all go ahead and tune in to Patrice Live every Monday from like 1 to whenever the hell she gets off air. It's a dope ass experience.
Tweez. But so I went down this rabbit hole.
Okay.
And this chick was like, so my ex-boyfriend cheated on me.
My ex-boyfriend.
So to get him back, she fucked his mom.
Okay, you posted that, and that kind of,
I was like, that's the wildest shit ever.
Okay. This is why I hate TikToks when they do stuff like this, because I don't care about the fact that, you emotionally damaged this dude by sleeping with his mom. I just want to know, how did we get here? What made you feel like you had the possibility to do that? Is the mom already gay? Has she been making
Why
some
would you sleep with your son's ex-girlfriend? What's wrong with his mama?
Okay, so first of all, mamas know shit. Okay, so for all they know, that moms knew that her son wasn't shit, and she wasn't the only girl. Because you get some mamas who you bring the girlfriend home, say, baby, I just want to let you know, you really, he ain't shit. Then you got some mamas who will be like, oh, hi, baby. And then 2 days later, he bringing another chicken out. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, then next week he bring another chick. Oh, hi, baby.
Does that give your mother right to sleep with your bitch?
But that's the whole thing. We don't know how we got here. That's why I'm mad at that they didn't go deeper into it. All bro did was like, I like how you think. I like how you move. Like now he's like, ooh, you a wild one. Let's see if I can fuck you now. He was more, I want to know more about the story.
I do too.
I'll try. Once she tells the story, then I may be like, okay, now I'm going to try to fuck you. But right now, how did we get here? How did you convince the mom to do this? Had the mom already made advances? Was the mom already bisexual? Was she a pill popper? How did we get here? What is the true relationship with the mom and the son? Because for all we know, she probably never really gave a fuck about it. Was she a young mom? Did she have him at 12? So her being 12 years older may not be a big deal. Who knows?
Hypothetical situation. If your kid grows up and decides to date women, because sexuality is a spectrum, you can do whatever you want to do.
Big facts.
And you know, like her girlfriend is bad. She busting. But they break up. Shit just don't go the way you think it should go. It's just shit happens. It's life. Her girlfriend shoots her shot at you.
See, that can't work with me.
I'm just asking.
You want to know why? As much as a hypothetical, because my kids are a minimum of 34 years younger than me.
You think you'd be too old by then?
Bruh, I'm 60. All I need you to do is make sure my favorite food is in the fridge and my PlayStation 7 is charged. That's all I ask.
Yeah, we definitely be on.
I don't even know if I want to look at a woman that way, let alone that situation. See, that's the difference between me and like some of our friends, because a lot of people we associated with had their children in their late teens, early 20s. So even though that's still a big gap in between, I'm not looking at them the same way as I would be looking at, let's say, somebody right now, 42, a 28-year-old right now is still pushing the envelope. Nigga, I just texted you the other day because Chloe dropped her new video, and I'm like, bro, I don't feel right looking at this.
Hey, them cheeks was cheeking.
It's a great song. It's a great video. But because of how old she really is and the fact we watched her grow up, this feels wrong.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
This feels wrong. I feel like I'm looking at my goddaughter's best friend, and that's disgusting.
Your goddaughter's best friend is shaking ass.
Now, you're 10 years younger than me. You're still in that window where you can look at her like that. But at the same time, she's also old enough to be your sister's best friend.
That is true.
So it's a very rough spot.
I don't think my sister has any pretty friends.
Damn.
I don't know. I've never met them all.
I just said damn because what if this is the one episode Jazz listens to? Because it's on Saturday.
Jazz do be listening sometimes.
Yeah, maybe she might agree with you. Who knows?
Right. It's not my call to say if they're pretty or not.
But at the same time, just like sexuality is a spectrum, what you like and what you don't like is also at your own discretion. Like we have friends who will fat shame a woman, while we have other friends who want them to have more cushion for the pushing.
Like I be telling my homeboy, because you know he's a father of two, and his boys are getting older, and I was like, I can't wait to see your reaction when
he brings home his first relationship.
What your son brings home, because I'm like he's seen the type of you grow up and you see the type of chicks that your pops is into.
Well, it's not always the same.
No, that's what I'm saying. So like, I don't think that they just talking to them, they feel like polar opposites. Like they're the same, but they're way different.
It's usually like that.
Like they come together and they agree on shit, but like they're different people.
Yeah, because what you like is what you like.
Right.
Like, so, I have my spectrum of what I'm attracted to is very wide and broad, but I do have a specific type that no matter what, I'm instantly always attracted to that type. And then for a fact I cannot date Caucasian to save my life.
What is Patrice saying?
Oh, she's talking about Chloe. She's a beast. Like she definitely shook her Disney label. Like if you look, you gotta remember they grew up with that kid image.
That's Beyonce number 2.
I mean Haley even is
Beyonce
becoming a woman.
Has prepped the throne for Chloe. Because her booty is so big. Lord, have mercy.
I just found it funny that when everybody was like,
I watched that video on
mute. When she was going, you're a terrible human being.
Yeah, some videos, like, look, I know what the song sounds like. I just want to see you shake booty.
I remember when they were talking about, like, when she was first working on the first album, or is it not the same album? And everybody was like, well, she kept saying she wasn't going solo. She wasn't doing solo work. Chloe X Haley, and Chloe and Haley is still a thing.
No, it's not a thing anymore.
It is, but it isn't. Like, I feel like we're gonna get another album, but I feel like Chloe is gonna do her solo stuff.
Right.
And then when they come back together to do an album, it's gonna be a very mature album.
Right. You finna shake ass on Instagram, make these good songs. Your sister finna be the mermaid and Little Mermaid.
And I think that's what it is. They have to distance themselves from each other based on the opportunities they currently have right now.
Right.
Because Haley is getting ready to do the Color Purple remake. She's in that.
Why?
Why is she in it, or why are they doing it?
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
She's playing young Neffy. So she's playing the sister before Mr. kicks her out the house. So she's playing that role. And I can see that. Okay, I can definitely see that.
Whose idea was this?
You know what? Oprah actually had the part to do with this.
And
I found out that they were redoing the Color Purple via Oprah's Instagram.
This ain't gonna have nothing to do with Tyler Perry, is it?
I don't think Tyler Perry has anything to do with
Thank
this.
God.
Don't quote me on that.
Because I don't want to see no bad wigs.
I don't think Oprah will allow bad wigs.
Oprah shouldn't allow him to write it.
You don't have to write nothing. The movie has already, the book. You gotta remember this is based off a book. So the book was already written. Then the movie was made off the book. Now the original movie, left a lot of stuff out the book. So you can technically redo it, but do it from the perspective of how the book was written.
So 2022.
And you can still have a new movie, but not take away from the old one.
Okay, so we're in 2022, right?
Right.
Now, are you familiar with the cast of Color Purple?
Of course I am.
So using actors from 2022, just using current actors now.
See, I'll give you your answer on the next show. Because I have to sit here and think about that.
Right. But whenever you get to me, just can you at least give me who will play Mr.? Because wasn't that Danny Glover?
That was Danny Glover.
So who's gonna play his iconic role of being a raping, beating motherfucker?
I'm not gonna lie to you. There are very few roles where I hate the person who plays it because of the role. And Danny Glover as Mr. is one of those roles. Him and Lauren Fishburne as Ike Turner are like my top two characters where I hated the actor for a few years because of the role.
Yo, Ike Turner is GOAT.
I literally hated Lawrence Fishburne for about 3 to 4 years because he played that role entirely too well. Like, nigga, you was just on Higher Learning telling us to be positive black men, but meanwhile, you over here traumatizing this black queen. Fuck you. I really hated dog.
You can't do that to Lawrence Fishburne.
You didn't experience what's love got to do with it during the time it was out. You had now we had time to process it. The whole 9 yards. What?
Yo, Wood Harris is terrible
as Mr.
He said let's put Wood Harris as Mr.
No, even though I can see Wood somehow finding his way into this movie because he finds his way into everything.
I can see Wood Harris as Mr.
I couldn't.
He already get typecast into a lot of bullshit. He don't never play no good guy.
I can't see him because you have to go to a whole new level of disrespect to play Mr. And I can't see him doing that.
You getting Sam Jackson?
We already got what an old black Sam Jackson would be like in Black Snake Moan.
Michael B. Jordan plays Mr.
The fucking world would riot.
Lakeith Stanfield.
I could see Lakeith.
Maybe Paperboy.
Definitely not Paperboy.
You can't see Paperboy?
Can't see Paperboy.
We can get Donald Glover out there, barefoot.
Oh, Donald Glover is the son. I would make Donald Glover the son.
Donald Glover.
I would definitely make him the son.
This is nuts.
The one where he tries to hit Jennifer Hudson, because Jennifer Hudson has to be Oprah. Don't ask me why. J Hud, I just feel like
you
J
want
Hud.
Jennifer Hudson to be Oprah?
J Hud is
you
Oprah.
told Harpo beat me.
And that's why you would need Donald Glover, because we couldn't believe Donald Glover really hitting a woman. So for him to have that moment when he's trying to beat Jennifer Hudson, it would make that line when she say it feel more like, you did what? Like, then let's keep it a buck, fam. Could you, if a woman we know came up to us and was getting ready to snap on somebody because we seen that they told Donald Glover to hit this woman to control his woman, we not gonna believe it, because we not gonna believe him.
No. Oh. Hell no.
I'm gonna walk away from that picture that he presented. But no, that is a conversation.
Hey man, you think we get another Players Club?
Well, do we really want one? Because honestly, bro, P Valley is Players Club.
P Valley need to come back.
June 5th, I think they said.
What?
Yeah, it was on the Instagram.
Down in the valley where the girls get naked.
Because they normally drop on Sunday, but they drop in the first episode on a Friday. So we finally get it. But it's taking so long to get out that I think we've gotten to the point where we really don't care.
And June 5th also is not a Friday.
I think it was June 5th. Whatever that first Friday is.
Because June 5th is a Sunday.
Okay, maybe it's June 3rd.
Right.
I just know that they said they dropped it on Friday.
That's cool. I just want you to have your dates right, because June 5th is a pay-per-view. I know what my wrestling dates are.
What pay-per-view is that?
Hell in a Cell.
Uh-oh.
Live from Chicago, Illinois.
Bianca in a cell?
Who's she gonna fight? Becky? We don't want to see that.
Well, we got Becky at Backlash, and that's what, May? That's April, right?
Yeah,
so May is what? Extreme Rules?
Oh no, that might be May. I don't know. The pay-per-view schedule.
Right, it's weird. It might be
May. It's so fucking erratic now.
So yeah, we actually probably could get her in the cell. We could get them in the cell.
I didn't know Bianca was
30,
that old.
33.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was in her 20s too.
She just turned 33 too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, she just had her birthday.
Her birthday is April 8th or April 9th. And then she won the belt that Saturday. That's dope. That's a dope birthday gift.
That's a great birthday gift for somebody in that industry. For you to get your
WrestleMania was dope. Did you enjoy WrestleMania?
I enjoyed it more than I think I thought I would.
I feel like I'm on that boat too. Like for me, it's like, you know how when you see the card or like when you watch weekly TV, you see them hyping up certain matches. You try to pinpoint like, okay, that one ain't gonna be as good because you got certain other matches that should steal the show. I feel like this is one of the few years where all the celebrity matches were good. Like they weren't bad.
I think they did a good job with creating the hype for it, but you could have trimmed maybe 4 to 5 matches and still have WrestleMania all on one day.
Yeah, I feel like if we didn't have a lot of celebrity matches, we could have
like
if we was
okay. So the Jackass one I would have kept.
Right, but
that would have been my celebrity match.
Yeah, so if it's just a pure wrestling show and then your one celebrity like it usually be,
yeah,
we could fit all this in one day.
We could have trimmed a lot of the matches because some of the matches was not necessary, in my honest opinion. Like the tag match, even though that Sasha needed her WrestleMania moment, that could have been done on the regular show.
That match could have been on WrestleMania Raw.
Bug and Shinsuke versus the Usos, once again, could have been a regular show. Did not have to be on the card. Drew and
Happy
definitely didn't have to be on the show.
But see, it's matches like that I went in. I was like, well, this ain't gonna be as good.
Right.
Like Drew and Corbin work well together.
They work well together. Their storyline is good. I think what it is you have to have your bathroom break matches. What used to be dubbed for the women, now the women are becoming the attraction.
Right.
So we have to create those matches where, okay, go to the concession stand, go take a break, go do what you need to do. And the outcome of the match, we're here for it, but it's not going to be like, okay, I'm mad I missed this.
And I feel like that's kind of the point I'm making. Like the matches that we would deem as bathroom breaks, or like I could go, like if you're watching at home, okay, Logan Paul and The Miz is out here. I ain't gonna miss nothing. I could go get something to drink.
I'm not gonna miss that. And then the crazy part about it is what made that match good didn't happen until the end.
Oh, when Miz turned on?
Yeah.
See, now I want to know if that's going to be a ploy for them. I think that's going to be a ploy. They bring Logan Paul back during the summer.
Yeah, I think
he's going to fight Miz.
I think it's going to be a SummerSlam. I think it's going to be something, because if you're doing what you're doing with Roman right now, where the bloodline is going to have all the gold, you still have to have people to do something else. Because now that means you're going to have 3 title matches when you think about it. Because there's going to be 1 tag team match, 1 big belt match, 1 mid-card match.
Well, that's if they combine the mid-card belts.
I feel like they probably will, because I have to remind myself Ricochet had the other belt.
I just want to know, like, who else is you going to give the mid-card belts to? Like, Roman can't have all the belts.
That's why I asked you about the Usos' other brother and where he's at wrestling-wise.
It's not time for him to be
It's not time for him. But remember, it wasn't time for Santino, and what was his debut match? What did he do? What was Carlito's debut match?
Well, Carlito's different.
He's different. He's good. But if you're going to pull the trigger and put the belt on someone brand new to our eyes,
I mean, that's the perfect situation.
Perfect situation, because you're in the bloodline.
Yeah, you put him in
so
the
for
bloodline.
him to win the belt his very first time, it's in the bloodline.
Yeah, it's not above it.
It's not above it. That's what I'm saying. So now this is the debut. We get to see him. He carries the Uso name instead of his NXT name. And like,
he like watching him, he like a hybrid.
Like, and that's what makes this opportunity be good.
He moved like a Uso, but he wrestled like Umaga.
Which is where he will be good at, because we don't have too many athletic big men like Umaga anymore.
Well, he not big. He's bigger than the Usos, but he's not as big as Umaga.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's that good. You know, he's different. If all of them stood in line, you can tell all of them apart. Is what I'm saying. Right. He looks like Jimmy and Jay.
Fact.
He looked like you. Like if this nigga walked into a store and someone you related to Jimmy and Jay, ain't you?
Like you a Uso.
You a Uso.
You one of them.
You definitely one of them. But the fact that I really found out about him because Rikishi was playing 2K and he put Jimmy and Jay versus him in a match, but he made him 7'2".
That's crazy.
So there's this really big dude and these 2 little dudes trying to beat him. That's the only reason why I like, hey, do they got a brother?
So what else is happening?
But that was good. And then we went to actual SmackDown on Friday. And that was your first live experience in a long time, right?
Yes. The last live show I've been to was 2017.
So definitely you ain't been to a show since pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID.
Okay.
And that, like, I was in Minnesota. It was
and then it was also your first time in the Pfizer, too.
Yeah, it was my first time in the Pfizer.
So you had a brand new experience all around. So how do you like the new look in a live setting?
Of wrestling?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. I felt like I like the first of all, I think WWE be watching niggas play video games.
They most definitely do.
Because before they switched up to this big ass one big thing, I've been doing a big video wall when I make custom arenas. Cause I'm like I come from the era of wrestling where like it was always something new for like a pay-per-view.
Right.
Like as much as I enjoy the LED era, I hate it. But I get it though, because it's very cost efficient.
Very.
For one set.
It's easy to fix.
One set for everything, very cost efficient, and it's an easy fix. If something goes wrong,
I guarantee you, what was it, the projection screen that they used to have in school?
Yeah.
You just pull it down and then the projector went to it.
Uh-huh.
I guarantee you that's how the fucking LED wall.
You think they just
roll it down?
Roll out?
I think they just roll it down in sections, bro. It's like 6 pieces.
So I mean, but like watching wrestling live is always fun.
It is. It's an experience.
At first, I used to think it was like my first show I ever went to. It was weird because like I had never been to one, so you used to watch wrestling, you used to hear in the commentary,
right?
But to just sit in the building and it's just boom because of the mat slam, it was like no commentary. But as you get older, I appreciate the experience of just being around other people
right.
that enjoy something as much as I do. It's like when people go to a football game.
True.
Or when you go to a basketball game, like there's 80,000 motherfuckers in here that love the Bucks just as much as I do. Or you like basketball, so whether you here to boo or cheers, like this is your experience.
The difference with wrestling though is people come with an agenda.
Oh, because them niggas behind us hated Michael Cole.
And there was no reason, bro. And it was his birthday on top of that.
Gee, Michael Cole sucked. Like, bro, on his birthday, this is what y'all yelling.
They just...
Y'all like 5 rows behind
they have nothing to do it. And that made me think about a time when we went to that BCW match in that back row of niggas that they were just there to heckle.
Oh, the old niggas?
The old niggas?
Yes.
And it was like... But I felt like it was a great experience. And I think I liked it. I loved it even more because so many of our regular people were there. They were just scattered all over the place.
Yeah.
So when we were in between matches, we were playing phone tag. Where you at? Where you sitting at? Where you at? Like we were doing that. And then when it was all said and done, you get into conversations and people, man, it was dope to see this and it was dope to do that. And then you have moms that were there with their kids and they were all into it. And then when I seen so many women was like, who is this Roman Reigns dude? And how do I get him to get me pregnant?
Yo, that's wild. Like they really be lusting after the professional wrestlers.
Because they're not accustomed to see. We like girls, first of all. So we don't care about them dudes. But we do the same thing with the women wrestlers.
I definitely would like to have Sasha Banks' baby.
And I'm not, when seeing her live, she is entirely too tiny to me.
She is.
Like, she is very, very tiny. Petite. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
No, I still hit them cheeks.
But
for sure.
Who cheeks was cheeking?
Clapping.
It was somebody's earlier.
The ring announcer had some buns.
That's who it was.
The ring announcer definitely has some buns.
The ring announcer cheeks was cheeking. It threw us off because I'm coming down the stairs and the way she was facing camera side. So I'm coming down the stairs and all I see is this beautiful black woman with this nice outfit on that's accentuating her derriere.
Oh yeah, it was definitely.
And that was not my focus. Like I felt so dirty going down the stairs and all I see is cheeks as I take a step down and I'm getting closer and closer to it because we're on the floor.
Right.
And I was like, this is great, but it's wrong.
I like sitting on the floor.
You like sitting on the floor because of seats and comfort.
Yes.
I feel bad for Mimi.
We'll get because she's short.
She's short. I feel like next time we shouldn't get floor if we're not trying to be in the first 3 rows. Because
trust me, I wanted to be in the first 3 rows. They just weren't available to buy.
I feel you on that. Just like next time we do it, we got to be dead ass serious. But I think if we would have went where the risers are at,
right?
I think the risers still have standard chairs too, but you're up just enough that you see over everybody in front of us. So it's still a good look for us. Because Dog in the Blue definitely wouldn't sit the fuck down.
I'm like, who stands up for an entire 2 fucking hours?
Like, bro, and you're in that. And why are you standing up? We had great seats to see the ramp, but it's like we can't get that good ramp video if you in the way for no reason. But I also have to remember everybody's reason for going to live shows ain't the same.
Right, because I feel like we spent $100 and some odd dollars on SmackDown tickets just to see Tribal Chief. And I'm okay with that. I can live with the fact that I got to throw up my one for Roman Reigns. I mean, shit was a joy. Now I got to go to a Bucks game.
Yeah, it's playoff time now, though. So you definitely going to get a whole different. You're going to get a very unique vibe if you try to go now.
You know, I want them 1 seats next time. The chairs that was up over the bleachers.
Oh, you talking about that bar area?
Right. I want to sit there because that felt like you could sit and eat. You got the perfect fucking view, and if I need to go to the bathroom, I'm not bumping anybody. I get the fuck out.
Well, the only problem with those seats were the bar stool style, so you're gonna be elevated up.
That's cool.
Okay,
as long as I got a back, I can sit.
Okay, you're just gonna be sitting up the whole time.
That's cool.
I think that's actually a good. And the food was right there. So
right, food's right there. I got from the angle, you got a very good view of everything.
You know what we should do next time? we should look at the cost of what a box seat area would be.
I feel like we make enough money to start getting boxes.
I feel like we deserve boxes. We 11 years in this podcast game. Financially, we in a good place. I feel like we earned box seats.
That's cool. Well, we can start getting box seats.
I feel like we have. Because if you think about it, just out of our circle, 1, 2, 3. You're talking about Doug and Britt, that's 5. Teresa Marie, we'll invite her and her son. That's 9. That's a box seat area right there.
Right. We could definitely.
And everybody just puts in, and we got our own little box seat. And I think with some of the skybox areas, you get special things like food orders delivered directly to you. In some cases, food might be in the actual space for you already.
I feel like we need another pay-per-view.
I think we'll get one.
I hope we get one, but we need one. Maybe not this year, but 2023. We need a pay-per-view. 2023.
And I feel like we do box seats for that. We'll go buy an actual skybox. One of us will pay for the box area already, and then everybody starts putting in on it. Guarantee that you got.
I got box seats at
Chicago.
Yeah.
But I'm guaranteed they probably sold out already. If tickets are already on sale, people who own the box seats to begin with probably already have them. Man. All right, but we've come to the end of this particular episode. We wasn't here for a long time, but we glad that y'all came here for a good time. We'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on all streaming platforms. That's Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever else you listen to your podcast. If you are sitting here tuning into this, you might as well just go ahead and stay around because it's getting ready to be time for Hostly Awkward, and Mimi is on something today. So
yeah, she gonna yell at me for like the first half of the show.
What the fuck you do?
Well, apparently we, in my high state of mind, we have made plans to go see Batman today.
Oh yeah, you fucked up.
But then I was dead on yesterday, and we didn't confirm whether or not we were going because I didn't talk to anybody. I was fucking dead. That's why we didn't even pie yesterday. That's why we're doing it today.
Right. Yep. I'm not the target today, so peace out, people. We love y'all.